Welcome, writers. Today is Friday, November 20th, 2020. Thank you for joining me for your writing workshop lesson for today. The materials that you will need for this lesson are your pencil, your writing journal, a computer or device for researching, your student copy of Display and Engage 5.4 A through E, which will be linked for you in the framework and also in Google Classroom. And then your writer's notebook page 5.4, which you've already worked on, as well as your new page 5.7 that's linked in the framework and also in Google Classroom. If you don't have these supplies, go ahead and pause the lesson to collect them now. Then come back to join me. Okay, now that you've collected the supplies you will need, let's go over our objectives. I will review the parts of an editorial. We will recognize the thesis and important aspects of an editorial. Then you will generate a working thesis and research facts to support your thesis. This is the Display and Engage 5.4 A through E. You can follow along or read on your own in your student copy. What About Water Bottles by Stella Grice. As I leave soccer practice, I toss my empty water bottle into the recycling can. I do the same after a game. Sometimes the can is so full that the empty bottles spill out and blow away. I started to think about all those bottles. After learning from News Time magazine that Americans drink billions of gallons of water from plastic bottles each year, I formed a new opinion. Sports teams should require athletes to use reusable water bottles. Players I talked to had reasons for using disposable bottles. It's fast and easy just to grab a bottle of water. They like the taste of bottled water. Besides, used bottles can be recycled, and just one bottle wouldn't make a difference. These are silly reasons. It's easy to grab a pre-filled bottle, but how much time does it take to fill a reusable bottle? I timed this at home. Getting a bottle ready took less than 1 minute. That's hardly any time at all. I did an experiment on how water tastes. I chilled both kinds of water overnight, and then I gave 10 friends drinks to see if they could tell the difference. Most people could not taste any difference. Only one person said she could tell, but she incorrectly said that tap water was bottled water because it tasted better. Saying water bottles can be recycled is correct, but the Bottled Water Council reports that just a third of all bottles are recycled. In addition, plastic bottles are made of oil. The bottles are filled in a plant that uses fuel. More fuel is used to transport the bottles to stores. The uses of fuel cause pollution. The last reason that one bottle doesn't make a difference is just an excuse. According to Marcus Grant, author of Water, our most precious resource, it actually takes about 3 liters of water to make 1 liter of bottled water. We all must do whatever we can to use resources wisely. Teams should step in to help people change their habits. If athletes use reusable bottles, that would make a big difference. Please ask your team to make a rule to use reusable bottles. Then the sources, which were the resources that they used to research the information, were listed. I want to ask you a few questions. Make sure that you have the editorial we just read in front of you. What is the issue? What is the issue for this editorial we just read? Well, we can tell from reading that the issue is the use of plastic water bottles. What is the author's position? The author's position is that sports teams should use recyclable water bottles. Notice that the position that the author has is stated in the last sentence of the first paragraph. In that last sentence, if you take a look at it, the author's position is stated. This sentence is the author's thesis statement. It's engaging because it makes you think, and it's a statement that can be supported. How does the author support this position? Think about that for a second. How does the author support their position? Well, arguments include the ease of use, the taste, and impact on the environment. The author supports their position by stating that reusable water bottles are easy to use. You can't tell the difference in the taste. The impact on the environment would be a positive impact on the environment if you use reusable water bottles. Taken together, the arguments are sound reasoning. This means that there is a logical chain of thought that leads to a sound conclusion. How does this editorial change how I feel? Does this editorial change how I feel about reusable water bottles? Does it help support my feelings about reusable water bottles? How does it make you feel? Think about that. It makes me feel as if it would be important for me to use reusable water bottles. As I stated before, this sentence here, sport teams should require athletes to use reusable water bottles. This is the author's thesis statement. This is also their position. The writer of the model developed these inquiry questions as a part of her research plan. Generating and clarifying these questions helped her gather information to support her position. You may want to take some time now to copy down these questions to help you later. Just copy the question because you're going to be asking it of yourself about your own editorial. Let's discuss. What is a broad question about my topic? Well, the author wrote, why do people use disposable water bottles? That's a broad question about her topic. Also, the author asked herself, how can I clarify the question or make it more focused? So instead of having this broad question, she added more to it to make it more focused. What makes disposable water bottles more convenient for athletes? That's a very specific question. A question that she wants to answer during her editorial. She also asked herself, what questions should my research focus on? What does she want her research to focus on? Okay, this will help her support her ideas or her thesis statement. She asked, how much time does it take to fill a reusable water bottle? Does the bottled water taste better than tap water? How might manufacturing bottled water harm the environment? And how many or what percentage of disposable plastic water bottles are recycled? The writer used these questions to help her focus her plan for her editorial. After researching each of these questions, she was able to write about her topic. When I say go, I want you to take some time and pause the video to think about and complete your writer's notebook, page 5.7, about your own editorial. Remember your topic whenever you're filling this page out. Go now to do this. These will be the questions that you will be answering on this page. Go ahead and take some time and answer these questions about your specific topic and your specific editorial. Okay, now that you've completed your writer's notebook, page 5.7, let's reference the writer's notebook, page 5.4 that you've already developed a plan for. You will be developing a working thesis statement today based on your position and your notes this far. Start your draft by looking at your plan. Okay? Write one sentence that states your position. You may have already done this. Be sure it will engage readers and can be supported. This sentence will be your working thesis statement. It's like a topic sentence that focuses on your main idea. You can refine it as you discover more information about your topic, which is why we call it a working thesis statement. Go now to do this. Okay, now that you've completed writing your working thesis statement in your writer's notebook, page 5. Or you're answering your questions on page 5.7, and you've referenced your 5.4 page, develop your working thesis statement based on your position this far, okay? Start your draft by looking at your plan. Write that one sentence as your thesis statement. After creating your working thesis statement, you're going to use your inquiry questions to research facts to support your thesis. Then you're going to record those facts in your graphic organizer here. Add it to the facts that you've already listed that you already know. Use your computer or device to research facts. You can actually type the questions that you created on page 5.7 in order to research the facts to list here. Whenever you list your facts, make sure that they add to your position and help support the position or your thesis statement. Record the facts in this box here, and if you need to add more boxes to your plan or another sheet of paper to add more facts, you can. Have a great day.